questions, please ask me. I'll answer truthful questions, not questions that don't make much sense. Um, you can take the stage if you want to. Where did he? Okay, so there's a difference. Um, you are not an investor. You are a community member, so there's a big difference there. In terms of the revenue that we generated from the Quantum Core, it all went to salaries. Everything is traceable on chain. So yeah. Why can't you launch just lands that have already passed the tests? Because nobody will care if there's no rewards. Um, and like we could launch the lands are ready at one click away. But nobody will care if we launch the lands if there's no rewards. Um, so that's why we did not launch the lands. Um, and that's why we kept a small core team. We're 5 people right now to try to bring home the smart contract audits and everything. We cannot sustain the rest. I cannot sustain the rest of the team. Um, and that's why we're staying at 5 people. The remaining of the team was working on the MMORPG and the land season 2 and 3. Um, and yeah, it was not possible to sustain them while we don't know. I don't know how long this is going to take to get these smart contracts ready, or even um, if they will be ready. I don't know. I know the 5 people remaining in the team, and Boromir is part of it, and um, is is uh, is focused on this exclusively. Um, so yeah. Um, did you explore AI leverage on solving your technical problems? Yes. That's what we have done in the last 2 months. Um, it's and uh, in the last 2 months we did a lot of work in terms of migration towards a better infrastructure, and we know it's possible. And that's what I wrote. That's what we wrote in the post. That's with AI and tools that are new. We would be able to ship uh, to rebuild everything from scratch with the right foundations at a higher at a faster pace. Uh, yes. So yes, we have done tests of migrations. We have moved away from Phaser to a combination of 3GS, and then we integrated Rust as well. So we did a lot of prototyping over how AI can be leveraged into video games, and we understand that it's entirely possible. Um, and AI is going to get better and better. So we believe that if we ever had the chance, it would be faster and it would require less team members. For example, in the past, it would have required us to rework all the servers, I think, between 8 to 12 months with a team of, I don't know, 35 people, probably. Um, I would say that now it's a fraction of that. Um, so yeah, drop that useless coin idea. So coin is not my project, as I was saying. I'm just a contributor. Um, and again, the problem, there's no problem. We could launch the lands today. Um, it's just that nobody will care, and it would not generate us revenue because there's no rewards. And we need to be very pragmatic about what the Web3 audience wants, its rewards. Nobody is here for the game. And yeah, that's the reality. Um, so yeah, launching the game is And launching the lands is not, it doesn't do anything. Uh, I can even, in the future, if there's really no buyer or really no way out, I'll open source it and that's it, right? Yeah. Uh, how about just launch the coin and use dev supply as treasury for game building? Um, so the coin again is not our coin. It's not 77 bits coin. It's 77 bits is just one contributor um, among others. Um, yeah, so yeah, I mean, if the coin launches, 77 bits would have a treasury, and we would be able to use it to build the game. Okay, you don't understand the problem. You had a working and popular game among the community. The reality is that the game in the beta, and my numbers may be off because it's been 1 year, but the server costs were around 100 or $150,000 of costs for the 1 month of the beta. Server costs was supposed to be in a real game engine probably $5,000 for that quantity or $10,000. So and it's not just about the cost; it's about the fact that the infrastructure, the foundations of the game on which it was built was not uh, made in the way that it could scale to the amount of people that we have reached. So that's why, if you remember in the beta, I think we spent 2 or 3 weeks just trying to improve the lag situation and everything, but it was just patches on top of patches. It does not create something that is sustainable to build upon. So yeah, the infrastructure is broken. It needs to be rebuilt. Um, that's why we sold the quantum cores back then. We didn't reach the amount that we wanted for the quantum cores. That's why we pivoted towards lands. So the problem that made me quit is just that there's no money left. I mean, there has been no money in the treasury for the last few months. I have borrowed. I have done everything that I could um, to sustain it. So, yeah. Is it the end? If there's no change of treasury situation, meaning that either the coin doesn't launch, or we don't get any funding or buying proposition or partnership or majority stake buying, then yes, it is the end. If the situation changes, no, we will take back the work and we will rework things properly, as I said in my announcement. You create lands at the casino style. Uh, there's two things here. One is that I don't do gambling. That's number one, because of the person I am. I don't do gambling because it's against my values. That's number one. Number two is that even though we are not doing gambling, we have taken RNG mechanics into the lands. So there is RNG mechanics even in season two. There is a lot of RNG mechanics, um, and that's the basis of the lands. Um, so even though it's not a casino, there is RNG mechanics. But again, nobody will play if there's no rewards. That's the problem. Just launch lands with the same reward concept as Mog does on Abstract for Solana and skip that coin. Just ETH purchase of seasonal pass, and those funds go to seasonal treasury. Um, yeah, okay. How do the company makes money to be able to continue development, right? I mean, if it's just to launch the lands and put everything back into the thing and just launch one season, yeah, but there's no continuation after that. Um, there's no continuation. Just a one-off thing for fun, and that's it. We will not have many players. I think I don't believe so, especially considering what's happening with Web3 gaming. Um, mm. There are basic games app on the apps portal that generate revenue per play. Holders get advantages. Why not try this strategy? Um, to generate revenue, and if you see all the games that are generating revenue, there needs to be rewards. No game in Web3 right now is generating revenue without rewards. Every single one of them is around making money. Um, but to be able to fund those rewards, you need to have a treasury, or you need to have a token. Um, the, or you need to have something around the XP that people want to pay for somehow, the abstract XP. Um, and I know Warib tried with the arcade game that we had, and he saw that nobody played it just to get abstract XP. So obviously, it was not a full blown launch, but it proves that it's extremely minimal. And for a team of we were 23 for a team of this size. Um, it's not. We had 50, I think 53,000 per month of payment for these people, and it's um, it's yeah, it's not gonna make us sustainable. If I asked you right now to give me the complete project, the IP, etc., for free, would you still be greedy and ask for more money, or would you agree? Is there any way I can save the game? If you have 500,000 to $1 million, then yes, I'm willing to give majority stake in the company. You cannot keep me as CEO if you don't want to, but you need to have the funds for it. If you don't have the funds for it, it's just a waste of time. I'm not asking for myself the money. It's the company that needs the money, and you can use the money as you please. Um, but you need to have the funds. Otherwise, it's saying that you're going to take over the company without any money does not make much sense. Again, it's not money for me. I'm not taking nothing out of this, but it's just to actually ship what needs to be shipped. Um, yeah, I mean, Abstract does not support in terms of funding. I wish they did, they don't. So I cannot do much. Yes, Coin is still in development. There's several contributors on it. Part of the team of 17-bit, of the remaining team of 17-bit is also working on the audits and everything. There's more people working on the coin than just 17-bit's team. Because there's multiple contributors. And yes, if coin launches, the quantum core holders will be airdropped as was promised. I understand the frustration. Uh, it's I, first of all, I think at least people that have been here with me from the start that I'm very much in touch with, or team members can vouch for. the work that I did, that I do, and the efforts and the integrity with which I try to execute. Um, so yes, it's easy to say bad things about me. I don't think them too hard because I understand that it's not the reality of things. But people who are not behind the doors cannot understand. So that's why I'm okay with hearing lies, because I don't take them too hard. That's number one. Number two is that um, yes, the space is extremely difficult to build with. One of the reasons is that I mean I'm talking about a video game. A video game requires years of building. Um, Anyone that says that a game is can be is very easy to develop is does not understand what he's saying. Um, so a game is extremely long to develop, especially the kind of game that we are creating, and it collides with the the speed at which crypto wants to move, and so therefore it is not sustainable. And the biggest mistakes that we did was trying to cut corners to move faster, and that was one of the biggest mistakes that we did. Otherwise, we would have built the right infrastructure, built with the proper time, would and shipped the thing in proper time. In the spirits of trying to move faster, way faster than what a game studio requires. I'm not talking about now with AI, but back then, um, it made us cut corners in development infrastructure and so on, which was not the right decision back then. You don't need funding right now. You need to change Land's concept to generate profit. You already burned tons of money and delivered nothing. I'm not sure how you want to make revenue out of the lands without giving rewards to people. This space is, I'm talking about the Web3 gaming space of or what remains of it, is extremely focused on rewards. Just look at the reaction of people um, that are here. Everybody wants rewards. Um, and yeah, I'm not sure how, I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Um, it's mathematically does not make sense. Risk to earn, yes. I mean, that's exactly what the lands are about. It's about risking to get, but you need the earn component. Without the earn component, you get nothing. Aside from further funding, the only hope is that the five of you remaining on the team can complete the audits. Yes, yes. To be able to generate the kind of money that you're saying, Andrew, would require us to make at least, if you're talking about this 10%, 90%, would require us to make at least, like we can develop one season every month and a half, approximately. Um, yeah, each season is 1 month and a half. So we would need to generate at least $800,000 per season to sustain the team, because the burn rate per month is 50,000, 53,000. So, do you know games that are making 1 million per season every month. Yeah, there's maybe one, um, and still it doesn't have a season every month. So yes, in theory, what you're saying is correct. In practice, it's not realistic. Uh, like I'm saying, if it's about launching the season one, we still have staff. We still have 7 people. It still costs around 20,000. So you're talking as if there's nothing. That's number one. Number two, um, if it's about launching one season to be able to pay for the season, what's the point besides playing for a week? Is the point that you guys are trying to say to play for a week with the lands? Weekly season in lands, you need to develop it. It's not just about having the same season over and over again. Like you need to change things, you need to change features, you need to change game design to keep the game interesting. Otherwise, the first season you will have, I don't know, 1,000 players. The second season, if it's the same, you will have 200 players, and the third season you will have 50 players and then 2 players. If there is no new game design, that's why we did season one, season two, season three. Nobody will come. If nobody comes, then there's no interest. So I don't understand the the strategy here. We already have the arcade game that is live with Warip. We can post it. Nobody will come. Nobody will play. We already tried it. I mean, he already tried it, not with the big launch, but it doesn't do. It doesn't move the needle. I don't understand. It doesn't do anything. Okay, we have the arcade game live. It cost us $50. Um, what's the point? If 5 players play, what's the point? What about open sourcing the code of 17-bit game? Seems like anyway the game is out of the roadmap. Um, I'll need to think about it. Um, I'll need to think about it. If there's no buyer, if there's nothing, um, I'll need to think about it because open sourcing the code means that the game never comes back and it's up to the community to do whatever they want with it. Is there any other questions? Do you have an offer on the table at the moment? Um, there's no concrete offer. That's all I can say. And if there was an offer on the table, I would take it in an instant. So there's no greed or anything. I would take it in an instant. If there's any real offer, I would take it. Yeah, it would definitely be. It's not a shame. It's heartbreaking. Um, we have put so much effort into this. Um, Anybody that has ever built something here understands what putting 5 years of effort and heart into something and seeing it stop. Uh, it's disgusting as a feeling. It's awful. Um, if anybody has ever built something here, they would understand how I feel right now. Everybody else probably would never understand. But yes, it is disgusting. You can try CU partnership with Abstract for XPs. Look at Tolan or other games that give weekly XPs. They have a lot of players and make a lot of money. Um, yeah, I'll try to reach out for Abstract, but yeah. Maybe some people know better how to have good partnership with Abstract with XP. Yeah. What are your assumptions for the 500K to 1 million uh, input into the company? My assumption in what regard? Um, it's like why 500K to 1 mil instead of 100K to 500K? Um, because it takes time to develop infrastructure, even with AI. And then it takes money to be able to market it. Um, Even though we have uh, a lot of assets of the game, you still need to do a few things up with artists that is not replaceable with AI. Some stuff with game design. So yes, developer wise, you are able to reduce drastically the team. Artist, game designer, not so much. So it requires a few months of work, um, and uh, and then it requires money to advertise and money to pay the servers and so on. So yeah, these are US prices. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you realize that we live in a global world that, or maybe you realize, sorry about saying this, but we live in a global world. Nobody takes like $200 salaries. Um, so yeah, this I think the average salary for us was what 3K, something like this, 2.5, 3K. Um, Probably I might be wrong, or maybe it's 3.5, but it's not more than this. Um, yeah, you still need to pay people compared to what they would get in another company. We have U.S. Employees. I mean, U.S. People that work with us. Um, we have people living in Japan. We, you know, it's everybody. Most of the people are living in Europe. So I don't understand. You know, and still we have extremely low salaries compared to everybody else in general. A mid-range engineer, um, a mid-range engineer at any game studio would take 10-20K easily. Um, you know, we're way lower than that. There's no lower than that. So I'm not sure how you calculate the numbers. Why didn't you stick with the one game and keep building it? So I explained this already. The um, the infrastructure cost, the server cost of the MMORPG was not sustainable. We sold the quantum cores to be able to ship that. The problem is that we reached less than one third of what we expected from the sale, so we were not able to ship that. That's why we did the lands. What's stopping us from continuing development? It's money. Like I'm saying, the treasury has run out a few months ago. I have taken loans, and basically everything that I have, I don't have anything left um, to be able to keep lights to the project for the last months, pay the team and pay everything necessary, audits, everything. Um, yeah, I don't have money left or money to borrow anymore. What are server costs for lands per month? We estimate that the cost, depending on the amount of players, would be between $2,000 and $8,000. So it's not very high for the lands. Is there other questions? Uh, you're speaking nonsense because our salaries are extremely low compared to the industry. I don't know any game studio that have an average salary of around $3,000. Um, it doesn't, yeah, I don't know where you see your salaries from, but I don't know any game studio that have a lower average than us. A lot of the people, of the top people, like Boromir, have been taking one third of their salary just because they believed so much in the game and the vision. So you're completely wrong about saying that we wasted money. Um, uh, yeah, so don't speak about salaries when people have sacrificed so much. Um, it's completely dishonest. Yeah, in the US, it's 200K per year for one person. For us, it's one person is on average 35K a year. That's that's nothing compared to everybody else. It's completely it it angers me that a lot of team members have spent so much effort and energy for some people to say that they were overpaid, which is completely false. If anything, they have given way more um, of their efforts um, than than what is required from any other kind of team member, and I respect them very dearly for that. Yeah, Aziza Fandi, I'll repeat myself because you're repeating yourself. We did not have the money to fund the infrastructure necessary to be rebuilt for the MMORPG. The Quantum Core sale was supposed to generate 3 times more money than we did. That's as simple as this. Is there any other questions? The day rate, can you explain the mad day rate? How many days the rest of the work are? Yes, exactly. There's no, and we have some people in the Eastern Europe. Um, yeah, there's no way anyone would pay people less than what we pay. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, why don't you change the lens concept and finally launch it with app support? I've repeated it many times. Like just launching the lands for 1 week. Um, okay, we do it, and then what? We still need a season two, a season three that needs to be different, that needs to be developed, that cost money. We would not generate enough money in season one to be able to ship season three and so on. So what's the advantage of launching one season? Yeah, I mean, at this point, right? I'll if if there's no buyer, if there's nothing, I'll just outsource the code and you guys can launch it. And you guys can do it with abstract. Like you're saying, as if it's extremely easy and it's just complete profit. And if you think you can do it, I'll open source the code. If there's no buyer interest, that concretize, and you can do it since it's so easy, and you'll generate a lot of money. And yeah, and you can keep it all. You think it's easy to develop a game and to develop things every month and a half to keep players interested and build on top of that and so on and so on. I'll just outsource the code for the lands and you can do it if uh, if we don't have any concrete buying interest. And yeah, uh, maybe you're better than me, and I hope you're better than me, and you can ship it. But I know I can't do what you're saying. Maybe I'm just dumb. But yeah, I cannot do what you're saying. Is there any other questions? Instead of dropping the full map at launch, why not release it in sectors to save on server costs and unlock more region as the revenue starts flowing in? The main goal is just to let the game live. Judging by the playtest, once the gears start tuning, everything else will fall into place. Waiting for an acquisition investor doesn't seem the best play right now. We cannot launch the game. So first of all, like the MMORPG cannot be launched in the way that you saw it in the beta because it costs too much. It is not sustainable. That's number one. To be able to split it in regions and be able to launch things separately would again probably not work because the game loop, the way it's designed right now, it needs all the regions. It needs the wilds, it needs the darknet, it needs everything. So to be able to ship even by region, when you say region is maybe just shipping the darknet, would require redesign of the game design, would require new loops to be integrated. It's not as easy as removing all the other maps and saying, okay, we're going to launch just the darknet and it's going to work. No, it's not because not a lot, but a lot, yeah, a lot of things needs to be readapted if we're just using one thing. And we spoke about this with Boromir and the team about how great it would be to have even a single player thing, but it still requires funds and time to be able to adapt what we have already to be. It's not like a magic button and we can just split everything into what we want. If I'm not mistaken, and again, my numbers might not be fully correct, but if I remember correctly, it's between 100 and 150,000. Maybe my memory is making me default, but that's the numbers that I remember. Do you agree that the remaining dev work is around 1,000 to 2,000 dev days? Just to close my question. It would be a lie to give you a certainty over how much time is needed because AI have changed the way that building works. Um, and we tried to see how that could work with AI, um, but it would be a mistake to give you a definitive timeline. Yeah, maybe in the future, maybe in the next 3 months, 6 months, I don't know, it will be as easy as saying like Claude, make no mistakes and fully finish the game. Um, maybe it will be as easy as this at one point in time. I don't know. But right now, it's not easy. You need to migrate assets from one place to another. Like even the language that the code speaks is different. If you want to migrate from Phaser to 3GS, you need to remap the assets in a certain way. Like it's not a click and that's it. It's way easier, that is for sure, but it's not one click. It requires time. It requires not even just time, it requires thoughts about how you are going to execute it. Um, so, yes, it's possible. It just would be a mistake to give you a definitive days or weeks or I don't know. What happened to Boromir? He's here. I think I saw him. Yeah, he's even here on the audience. And he's still with us. Yeah, here he is. He answered. He's still with us. Um, and yeah, yeah. Zflu. I'm talking when I was giving the cost, I was talking about the infrastructure. I was not talking about the dev team. That's why it was completely. Uh, um, yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. I was blown away by seeing the bill that we needed to pay. Um, Especially because we also had like tests before with users and so on. It was extremely expensive, and that's why we could not launch it anymore. Like if like a lot of people are asking where the money went, but if you do 1 plus 1, it's very straightforward. think we generated something like I don't remember how much, but you know, the beta in terms of preparation because we were late, and testing and the beta live, I think it lasted 2 months and a half. 2 months and a half. I think back then we had a burn rate of, I don't want to say mistakes, but maybe 70,000, 75,000, something like this. I don't remember. But yeah, between let's say 70 and 85. 2 months and a half of this, that's 200, 200 plus you add server cost, that's another 100, that's 300. Then it's been 1 year. We've had, I don't know, costing be around 60K, 55, 60K. I mean, yeah, that's 800K plus 300, that's 1.1 plus taxes, the differentiation of rates. Like it's way more than what we have sold. So yeah, I mean, and again, very straightforward in the blockchain for anybody that wants to look. So it's very straightforward. It was paid to people. Um, it's like we did not buy yachts or whatever, or living in a fucking house, like whatever people say. Uh, I don't think anybody here um, understands the depth, and that's okay, of which we have gone through in the last 6 months trying to make this work. Um, so yeah, and again, maybe there will be no buyer. Probably there will be no buyer, and I'll just outsource the code, and you guys will see how easy it is to ship the lands to create revenue with abstracts with the lands game. Uh, yeah. Thank you for the hard work. Thanks for being a man, showing up, sharing my experience. I believe in your project. Honestly, I didn't play the game to earn, just love the game and how it contributes to abstract. Just sad that you gave up where you started. I hope someday you'll have the clarity to start building the game again. Praying that sometimes something will come for you, you and your team for the game. Bless you. Um, Thank you, Ninja. Appreciate this. You don't understand how much it means, especially in these hard conditions, to see messages like this. So thank you. Um, I didn't give up. Like if anything, I just that I'm in anime you cannot give up, and then at one point you're just dead. And right now I'm just dead. Like, it's not about giving. Like if I wanted to give up, I would have given up years ago, or at least 3 months ago. I just gave everything that I could, literally everything. Like there's nothing left that I did not do. So I did not give up. Like you can say a lot of things about me, but something you cannot say is that I gave up. I gave my heart and soul and blood and sweat and tears. I was in. I mean, a few people know this, but I was in the fucking hospital last week. Um, you guys don't understand the depth of the struggle and the effort that I've put in. So yeah. The AI is definitely becoming extremely sophisticated. The 6 months you mentioned, maybe it's going to be able to finish game in one shot. This might actually become a reality, not specifically one shot, but with just one good dev who could potentially just work for some equity or something, could finish it or even push. Yes. So I don't think one dev. So I worked with AI a lot in the last 2 months or 3 months, trying to first of all help other projects ship their own stuff, but also help with audits and also trying to portate 77-bit to a better infrastructure. So I understand very much how AI works. And although maybe in the future it can potentially one-shot things, and when I say one-shot, it's not in one prompt, but yeah, you probably, and that's what I said in my post, you probably need a very small team of developers. Um, very small team of developers. I would not say it's one because it's not correct to say one, because the game development is way more complex than creating a bank or uh, you know, a blockchain or whatever. It looks easier. It's not. There's so many variables. Um, so I would not say it's one, but it's definitely a very small team of developers. You still need artists. You still need game designers. That is something that is not replaceable by AI right now. So even though you need a team that is far smaller than we would have in the past. And the time it would take is far smaller as well. I don't have exactitudes to give, but it's definitely smaller than before, orders of magnitude smaller. Yeah, it's not disheartening. It's just it's heartbreaking. It's like, I, yeah, we gave half of a decade for this. Um, uh, you know, we have created the story from scratch. We have created the world from scratch. Like it's like the effort that was put in this. I've never put so much effort into anything else. Um, like guys think that I'm just chilling in a yacht or whatever. Uh, I've put blood, sweat, and tears into this. Uh, I gave everything that I could to this cause. I tried my best. That was not good enough, but I tried everything. And I know Boromir tried everything, and I know the whole team tried everything. Um, yeah, and just look at the amount of details that we have created. Like it's just you know, yeah, people just think that we were doing fuck all and robbing one. I don't know. It's yeah. And like I'm saying, yeah, I agree with you. Um, like and like I'm saying, I'm willing to give it all for somebody. If that person does not want me as a CEO, I'm okay with that. Like I don't want to see this game die. Um, more than anybody here, besides maybe Boromir. But I don't want to see this game die. I'm willing to give it all for somebody that has the funds, and they can fire me. Like it's not about money at this point. It's really about making it a reality that matters more than anything else. So it's yeah. When I say majority stake, I'm saying like I'm literally willing to give almost everything for that person. Um, but yeah, it just needs to come. If you thought that I was, yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'll definitely have when I have my head in a better place. I'll definitely write a longer format, but right now it's not in a good place. Any other question? Yeah, truly hope we complete them as well. Like, I mean, the audits are I mean are done. They revealed the issues that we wanted to see, and the issues are big. So now we're fixing them, trying to fix them, and that's why I kept a very small amount of team members to help do the work, right? Um, so yeah, that's my goal. Otherwise, I would have shut down everyone, and that's it. But I didn't. Um, like the cost for us is still, I think 20,000 per month right now. Um, so I can do this for another 2 months to try to close this last mile. Yeah, I'm literally doing everything I can. If any one of you think I'm just doing nothing or whatever, I'm literally doing everything I can. So yes, it was an extremely difficult situation where I could not sustain the team, um, the whole team, for another, yeah. So my only option is either stop everything or reduce as much people as we don't absolutely need for audits, and and try to ship it. Like I cannot do more than this. Yeah, I wish I could. I can't. It's not that I don't want to. Is that give me a solution. Give me something. I don't have. I'm into debt. You know, it's, uh, yeah. There's nothing I can do. Thank you. Thank you, Campy and Warip. Thank you. Some of you know how much we've put work into this. Um, yeah. Boromir, stop. You're gonna make me cry right now. Like, it's just stop. There's so much that you didn't see, and maybe uh, if there's absolutely no buyer and nothing launches in a few months, I'll just put everything online and that's it. Um, Open source, and you guys can do whatever you want. But we have achieved a lot, right? Even though we could not complete the thing, like we shipped a game with 1 million players coming in. We shipped the best booth at NFT Paris with people lining up. Like we shipped so many things. Obviously, not the complete products, but to think that we didn't do anything is a lie for yourself, um, and a lie to say in public. Um, I understand the anger, but yeah. Is there any other questions? Yes, Noril, I answered that. Um, I just need to have my head in the right place, because right now I'm not in a good place. And then I'll write something. I need sometimes to write things up. Thank you, Star Tracker. Uh, so now the plan is that we paused all development, like I said in my announcement. All development around 77-bit has been paused completely. Uh, the remaining of the team, we're five now, is focused exclusively on the audits, the smart contracts, and contributing to the coin like other people outside of the team. That's our that's our only focus because coin is not 77 bits currency. Um, so yeah, that's the only focus. And if coin launches and it's a success, 77 bits will receive an airdrop to its treasury, similarly to the other projects as well, and we'll be able to retake development. If that is the case, if the coin does not launch, then there's nothing. Or if coin does not launch, if we don't have somebody that takes over, we don't have uh, somebody that want to partner up, buy us, take majority stake. Um, yeah, yeah, it's just ends here. Thank you, Aziza Fandi. Thank you. I appreciate that message very much. Like you don't understand how much words mean to a man that is going through hell, especially while everybody else is shitting on him. So thank you. Yeah, I think coin is again. I don't want to overhype things, but yeah, I think again. I don't. I'm stopping overhyping things because people take this to the letter. Instead of me just sharing my vision, people think I'm making promises. Um, so I'll just shut up and that's it. I'd rather show things versus saying things. Is there any other question? I mean, I'm willing to be here. I mean, I was always looking, but you know, I'm a human, and when you see a lot of animosity from people, it's difficult to hang around while everybody's insulting you. Um, all of them are lies, but you know, there's just so much that you can take, and that's why I'm not vibing as much as I did in the past. Where, uh, yeah, I'll keep you updated as soon as I have proper updates. Um, that's for sure. And again, like my DMs are open. I think you know everybody that wanted to reached out in DMs, um, even to insult me. So yeah, if there's any way that you know whatever I can do. I'm not the kind of guy that runs away. Otherwise, I would have run away a long time ago. Um, I'm here, and I'm not. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Boromir is posting a bunch of things. We had a lot of plans for this. Yeah, the amount of work that we have put into the profile pictures, into the art, into everything is crazy. Um, yeah, if you thought that we didn't do anything, I don't know what to say to you. There's not much I can say to people who are lying like this. Yeah. Mm. Uh, yeah. Yeah, Boromir, maybe you need to do a. I don't have the strength. Maybe you're stronger than me here. Maybe you do a post and you just post all the pictures, everything. Not a video, but yeah, yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Have you tried reaching out to Animoca for funding support? I reached out to everyone that I could. Um, there's some people that I could not reach out because I didn't have the right intros to. Um, if if they're willing to talk, I'm here. Like the, there's not even a demand. Like all the money is going to. I'm giving out shares. All the money is going to development. Like there's nothing that I'm taking out. I'm willing to work for free, continue working for free. That's not the point. Like it's not about the money. It's really about making it happen. No, no, Zana, we can't. If we could, we would have done it. We can't. MMORPG is out of the question because it costs too much. Uh, Lands itself is nobody's gonna play if there's no rewards. The game is not as interesting as the MMORPG. Uh, Nobody will play if there's no rewards. And again, like if there's no buyer and people think they can do better, I'll just open source the code for the lands and you guys can take it over and do, abstract XP stuff and try to generate revenue and so on. Like whatever you guys want to do with it, I'll give it out to the community. Yeah, the MMORPG is a great game. Um, the lands itself, like as a game, as just a standalone game, it's interesting, but it's not interesting for you to play forever. Games have life cycles. The lands game, the way it was designed, is not enough to be sustainable. The MMORPG is the beta of the MMORPG is good enough to be sustainable for a few weeks, but it cannot be like it requires constant development and so on, and not even just that. It costs a lot. The infrastructure costs are humongous. They're shocking compared to what the standards are. So we can't we can't because there's no money to be able to sustain it. To be able to sustain the MMORPG, you would need to generate, yeah, server cost plus team cost plus a profit, so more than 200K um, in a month. And then, even if you generate that in a month, then it's just interesting for a month or a few weeks. That's it. Not more, because it was not designed for that. The remaining of the maps and the remaining, yes, it would last a few months um, in the way it's designed, but we don't have the money to be able to ship that, to sustain that in terms of infrastructure. Yeah. Uh, is there any other question? In the biggest cost, the servers. For the MMORPG, yes, it costs a lot. It costs six figures just for the servers, and then you have the team that you need to to sustain. Yeah, but yes, the main reason why we did not launch the MMORPG is because of the server cost and the fact that it could not scale. Like, we did not build it in the right way because we tried to cut corners, because we tried to win time, because we had pressure. Like, I'm not trying to give an explanation. It's just the fact. If we properly plan things 3 or 5 years in advance, um, and refuse to play the crypto game, um, it would not have been this situation. Curious if there was a way to let people run their own servers. Um, you mean as a single player game? People play on personal servers, but as a single player, meaning no multiplayer. Well, peer-to-peer connection. Okay, I'm not an expert into multiplayer ping synchronization. Maybe Boromir can answer this one. Um, I don't think it's possible. As a single player, yes, uh, but I don't think we have the infrastructure right now for people to be able to run their own nodes of servers um, and then being able to connect to other people and so on. Yeah, yeah, it requires a lot of power. Yeah, and again, yeah, it's just that it's not scalable enough right now. We are probably 10 times or 50 times um, not optimized enough. because we tried to move super fast. And in trying to move super fast, we lost time, which is the irony. Thank you, Josh. This kind of message really means a lot. I tried everything, and just look at other. I don't want to compare myself to others. I just know that I gave everything that I could. Um, there's not a fiber in my being that did not try. Everybody told me, just stop. You're killing yourself. 6 months ago, just stop. Don't sink with the ship, and pause and everything. But I could not. I could not. And even now, when I'm speaking to people, everybody told me you should have abandoned it months or years ago. And I told them I can't. I can't. It's not in my nature. And if I could redo it, I would redo it all over again. I obviously would do it very differently, but I would give every single effort of my being. And if we have the opportunity of restarting, I would still give it my all. That's the nature of who I am, and yeah, I go at 1,000%, not even 100%. Yeah, I started this marathon in November 25. Um, I was supposed to do it for 77 days, right? I gave everything I could in 77 days. We could not achieve what we wanted in 77 days. I could have just stopped, but I kept at it at the same pace, or maybe even harder. 2 months and a half or 3 months later. So it's been 6 months of effort, working 16 hours a day, no weekend off, not seeing anyone. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. I, I tried everything. Like that. That's what I can say. I can. Yeah. Yes, Riri was let go. Yes. Yeah, we let go everybody that was not. Uh, the only person that is not going to be 1,000% focused on coin, even though I'll try to make him help us. Is Boromir, but Boromir is critical to everything that we try to do if we ever have a chance of restarting this. And again, like we can retake Riri in the future, um, if we have the treasury. So coin is not dependent on 77 bits. The only thing that we're doing at 77 bits is helping with the smart contract audits, um, and yeah, all that work related to that. So I have 2 more months in me to try to finalize the fixes necessary for the audits to pass. And then yeah, as I said, coin is not 77 bits, so it's a multiple people, multiple contributors that are working on it. So if we are able to push it to the finish line, then yes, we will be able to launch it. When I say we, I'm talking about all the contributors involved. Like I'm saying, everything in 77 bits is stopped. Um, Everything in 77 bits is stopped. Like, yeah, yeah, I really like honestly. when I let go team members on Tuesday, I didn't know the reactions that I would receive, um, and I was positively surprised that everybody reached out in my DMs, everybody from the team, saying how much they yeah, even though they were let go without um, without notice, um, which is extremely hard on people. Um, Everybody was extremely supportive, extremely thankful. It is the only thing that kept me from drowning completely. Um, it meant that they saw how much work I put in this. They saw how much effort I was trying to make things real, um, and they saw the leadership that I tried to do, um, and they appreciated it. And I was very surprised of the messages, um, and yeah, I would have understood that they were angry, but on the contrary, everybody was extremely compassionate, and that just shows how much heart was put into this. It's not just mercenaries. It's not just it's people that believed in me, that believed in the project, that believed in everything that we tried to build. Um, yeah. How is the story about this one, Boromir? The There was something about this cyborg. I don't remember. It was funny. Yeah, the treehouse concept was amazing. I remember this one. Treehouse City. Oh, there's so many things that we tried. It's Thank you, Star Tracker. Like I'm saying, maybe there's nobody who's gonna buy anything, and at that point, if the coin does not launch and so on, I'll just outsource the entire code for everybody here. Oh yeah, it was the gay thing. I remember. That was funny. That was funny. I remember, and you didn't see it, and then you sent me the thing, and I was like, "Holy shit, is this thing real?" And then you realized it was funny. It was funny. uh, that was funny. Yeah, I didn't want to say the word gay. Yeah. Yeah. I know a lot of some people uh, hate me here, um, but you cannot say that I didn't try everything that I could. Um, that we didn't try everything that we could, and I hope that someday, I don't know, someday I'll be able to revive this somehow. I don't know how, but yeah, maybe if someday, you know, I don't know how, but I'll try. I don't know, whenever. But the people that know me know that I don't forget. Uh, I don't forget, and I will. I'm a very generous person. I hate to say this about myself, but I'm a very generous person. So if there's any way in the future, any way in the future that I can make this a reality, I'll do it. Even if it's just making it a reality and not making money out of it. Because I made zero, I made negative out of all of this. Um, I'll try to make this a reality if in the future I have the opportunity for it. Um, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Janae. It means a lot coming from you, who's been here from the start, and we've been through our up and downs. Um, so this means a lot. Yeah, NFT price was wild. It feels like such a long time ago. It's crazy. I feel like this 5 years is like 20 years, but it almost feels like 6 months at the same time. Um, I don't know. It's just a blur. Um, just a blur of intensity. One of the highlights was definitely meeting a lot of you in Paris. Yeah. Yeah, Arizona has a lot of pictures. Uh, a shit ton of them. Yeah, we even did fucking manga, man. We tried so many things. Like there has been a lot of work into all of this. A lot of work. Turn on the game servers one last time so we can say goodbye. Yeah, why not? I don't think it will cost much for one day, but yeah, maybe towards. I want the team to focus right now on the smart contracts and audits, but like it's if it's really the end, I'll do that. I'll do that for one day, and yeah, I'll do that. Will we ever be able to see our rebirth NFTs? I don't know. Worst case, I'll just put a folder with all the NFTs and that's it. But yeah, a lot of the NFTs had issues with layers, and since we had other problems to figure out, we were not able to complete a part of the collection in terms of layering, not drawing, but layering. So yeah, maybe I'll put all that up um, later if there is really no future. Um, Zana, I don't know the answer to your question. Boromir, can you answer that question? I don't have enough knowledge regarding multi-server polarity to be able to answer that properly. Yeah, Boromir is the only one who can. I mean, Boromir and the developers, but the developers are not here who can answer this properly. I can't. And we had obviously the game is not shipped, but there was a lot of things. Asmongold speaking about us on Reddit in his stream, 1 million players. Like, uh, honestly, the things that we've achieved are pretty crazy. Um, so yeah, mm, Okay, guys, since there's no questions and this pains me a lot of seeing all of this stuff. Uh, yeah, I will keep you updated on progress for the smart contracts as soon as I have them. And I will keep you updated if there's any kind of transaction that happens um, for the game. Thank you everyone for being here. Yeah, thank you guys. I'll leave. You guys can stay if you want to.